Awesome. All right. So I'm excited to have Don Wong with me to share his testimony after working with us. So I'm thrilled to be talking with you, Don. So you have such a great story on how you were able to make your transition over to your new opportunity. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So when you first came to us, you were referred to us by a client of ours. I believe that you were looking for a bit more in your current role, but given that you worked for such a large organization, you wanted to do this more internally. So I always love how these types of stories go. So just tell us a little bit more about your story. How did you how what was your situation before we started working together?
Yeah, great. Well, like you mentioned, Chooks, that I work for a large company and I felt that I could have a lot more potential at what I was doing, but I didn't want to leave the company. It was a great company. It's a great company, large organization. So I wanted to explore just other opportunities, but I didn't know where to begin. And honestly, I kind of felt a little embarrassed about my CMDs, especially my LinkedIn profile, but my resume hadn't been updated in a while. Didn't really know where to start. So that's kind of what I turned to you and worked the program.
Awesome. And, when Don says CMDs, what he means is what we call here at Career Calibration, your candidate marketing document. So that's your cover letter, resume, and LinkedIn profiles, just for those who may not understand what the CMD portion is. But speaking of CMDs and just kind of the results that you were able to see, after working through the program, what were some of those tangible results you achieved after we started working with each other?
Right. Uh, a number of things. Like, first of all, my CMDs, especially my LinkedIn profile, wasn't something I was embarrassed about. Right. I felt proud about them. I was actually able to kind of share them out, reach out to more people. It wasn't something I was trying to hide. And so felt really, really comfortable about that. And it helped boost my own confidence. Uh, I think shortly after that was done, I had applied for an internal position within our organization. We have a large organization. Received an interview with the hiring manager, panel interview, met with the recruiter, and it was all going well. Unfortunately, they pulled that position, and uh, in the process of pulling that position, my director realized how important I was to the current group, and I got promoted. So I ended up getting nice promotion. Uh, I think, if anything, it really kind of helped my confidence as well, and I think it created a lot more visibility for me in terms of um, other people within the organization seeing what I can deliver. So I was really happy that, and it happened really quickly. It was just kind of this whirlwind of activity. It's just, but was glad I was prepared in advance for all the interviews.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought what was really awesome about that, about kind of your transition was how quick everything went. I
Mhm.
think, initially, I remember we had a conversation. You were like, "Hey, should I reach out to this person? What should I say?" And all of this, and individuals who were internally for an opportunity that you were the one that you were just mentioning earlier. And of course, we connected about that, and you went ahead and went forward, and just boom, boom, boom. All kinds of
Right.
interviews, and you were like, "Man, I haven't interviewed in like almost a decade, and here I am now all of a sudden in a whirlwind of interviews, and it went so fast." And that was awesome to see that. And then of course, even though the outcomes were a little bit different than expected, but it wasn't bad. I mean, in terms of what
Sure.
you got, it was pretty awesome. So that's awesome, wonderful. So, which kind of leads me into my last question is, what advice would you give someone who considers working with us? If they're kind of on the fence and they're kind of, thinking about, making a transition, what advice would you give them?
Right. Yeah. Well, it's definitely a great program. I think for me, it was very structured. That kind of helped me out, right? There's like different modules, different exercises to do. Excuse me. It was definitely a lot of work though. I would say that, right? I definitely, for me, I had to set times during the day to actually work on this. And then I would kind of set goals throughout the week to make sure I would do that. So, um, definitely, I think the program is very structured. I would also at times refer back to it if I got stuck on something, or either what to say during an interview, or maybe something on my LinkedIn profile. So definitely, I think if you're willing to put in the work, I think it will definitely help your confidence. It helped my confidence. And I think overall, I just feel a lot more comfortable and confident kind of going forward in terms of, the next step. So glad. And I think the group, the whole group, especially the Facebook group, really, really supportive. Right. I definitely think that was very helpful uh, in this, because this can sometimes be a very difficult, lonely journey. So having supportive community was a big positive for me. So overall, recommend it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Don. And it was just such a pleasure working with you. I'm just so excited to hear, about your new role, how you were able to make that transition fairly quickly. And, the outcomes definitely were different, but again, they were really good. They were actually weren't bad at all.
Right.
I always call it high class problems. It's like, some really good problems to deal with, in terms of, the
For
salary
sure.
and, the RSUs and all that good stuff. So, that was awesome. So really great. You were an amazing client to work with. And, you said it was a lot of work. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You went in there, you were doing the work. And that's what I love. And I always tell folks that, you have to own your results, right? No one's going to be able to do it for you. Don't just walk into a 100 million, 150,000, 200,000, 300,000, $500,000 job. It takes work. There's work that's go
Right.
behind it. So it's awesome to see that you were able to make that transition and do the work and here are the results, in a very short period of time too. Way
Sure.
less than 3 months. So from what I
Yep.
believe. So awesome. Well, congratulations, Don. It was a pleasure working with you. And we're just so happy that, you were one of our clients. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you.